All right, we're back, and this is my review of Matt Reeves' The Batman. Now, with that being said, this is just the intro section. For those of you who are new to the channel, before we go any further, if you could ring that bell icon and hit the subscription button and the click the thumbs up button, so we can continue to grow the channel. With that being said, let's keep it moving. For those of you who are new to the channel, my reviews are done like this. Essentially speaking, I divide my reviews into the good, the bad, and the ugly. In the good section, I go over, when I review a movie, I go over what I liked about it, what was good about it, etc., etc. In the bad section, I go over what I didn't like about it, what kind of maybe bothered me a little bit. And in the ugly section, just little nitpicks. I also will do, this is going to be a non-spoiler review, so I'm not going to go into spoilers for this film. In the spoiler video, which will be coming out later, I will go more in depth on what I liked, didn't like, and thought was just kind of weird about the film. But this is my non-spoiler review, so without much ado, let's get into it after the cut with the good. So here we go with the good. So this film was directed by Matt Reeves, and he's made a lot of good films. He made the second two of the Planet of the Apes reboot trilogy, which I wasn't a fan of, but that's because I'm a movie snob and I like the original. But from what I've heard, it's a very good film. Matt Reeves also made some other films that people are really enjoying. But the big film this is the big film where he really wanted to make something huge for Warner Brothers. And like this film, like Matt Reeves' Batman film, like there was a horse race between Matt Reeves making a Batman film and them making a Batfleck Batman film. And Matt Reeves' film won. Thank God for that. Because I don't think I could have taken more Ben Affleck as Batman. That's my own personal take. But with that being said, the good about this film. This film is it's a noir, in the classical sense of the term. There's femme fatale. There's a mystery. There's multiple red herrings about what's going on, some of which are immediately discarded. The music is perfect for the film. Now, not to say that I like all the music in the film. I think the Batman's theme in this movie is, like, initially I didn't like it, but for the film, whenever you hear Batman's theme, you know some shit's about to go down. And it's a very simplistic tune. It's almost like a dirge. The dirge for your ass getting, for you about to take an ass whooping. But the film's very good. The film is very well made. The casting for the film, like people who said that Robert Pattinson can't pull off being Batman, that Robert Pattinson can't pull off what he needs to do, he proved them all wrong. I mean, Robert Pattinson. I'm gonna keep it right now. I'm gonna say a hot take that's gonna make some people mad. I think Robert Pattinson is a better Batman than shit. The guy escapes me right now. Shit, the guy from Nolan's films. I think he's a better Batman than Ben Affleck. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I said it. And the reason I think Robert Pattinson is a better Batman than both of those guys is because, A, Robert Pattinson in this film never changes his voice. Like, the way he basically differentiates between Bruce Wayne and Batman is, as Bruce Wayne, he's this moody, brooding brat, okay? Like, who's stuck in a chronic depression. And as Batman, like, he has this presence as Batman where it's like, shit. Yeah, like the criminals, when they see him coming, are like, shit. I'm gonna like literally like the lower level criminal was like, I think I should have brick in my pants while he was walking towards me. You know, Zoe Kravitz as this analog of Catwoman. She exudes the Catwoman allure, which Catwoman needs to be sexy, like really sexy. Like Catwoman needs to be so sexy that you could like a part of you needs to be the Batman as a viewer. Like, man, just hit it, man. Just drop all this shit and hit it. She's fine, man. Hit it. Come on, hit it. Like that's how fine Catwoman needs to be. I don't think that Catwoman was really done well under the Nolan trilogy. I think that this version of Catwoman is a lot better. Their modernization of the Riddler, mwah! Like it's. I mean, like I said, this film in terms of the tone, the setting, nailing a noir film, it works. Like everything that I felt like I don't know how this is gonna work. It's tentative with whether or not I like it, but the way the film plays it out, it works. It works. So overall, the good is that most of the things that Matt Reeves does work really well. Keyword most. I'll get to what didn't work for me in the bad after the cut. So here we go to the bad. What didn't work for me is there is a car chase scene that they're hyping up in the trailers for this film. And the car chase is middling fair. Like, I know Matt Reeves really was proud of himself for shooting that car chase. And he's like, I had all these inspirations for the car chase. And it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I'm going to real time look at Matt Reeves' inspiration for his car chase scene. And I mean, like he basically says that he was inspired by the French Connection. He was inspired by the French Connection. Now I'm going to tell you right now, as a movie fan, the French Connection's car chase is okay. It's okay. But most movie fans will tell you that the best 70s car chase in a 70s film that was serious and not a joke like Cannonball Run, Bullet. Bullet had one of the best car chases ever. Like, you can watch Bullet now, the car chase in Bullet now, it holds up. Most films, you're like, this car chase is okay. Bullet's car chase still holds up. The French Connection's car chase is good, but Bullet's is better. And I wish that Matt Reeves would have used that as his inspiration for the car chase in this film. Because, like I said, Bullet is a better car chase. But with that being said, what else is bad about this film? Batman's character arc is very small but significant. Whereas the other characters in this film don't really... Well, no. Selena Kyle has a character arc in the film. Kinda, sorta. Gotham City as a whole has a character arc. But Batman doesn't really have much of a character arc. I mean, both Bruce Wayne and Batman have a character arc in this film. Both of them are small but significant character arcs. But they aren't big enough, like, unless you're like a major cinema buff or a critique, or you watch a lot of movies and really like think about this type of shit, you might miss it, or it might not be as important to you as you might think. So, I mean, that's kind of the bad... Those are the only bad things about this film, is that, you have to be some of the deeper things that are going on in the film, you kind of have to dig deep. You have to kind of look farther than what the surface level of what you're being told. Which, some people like that type of shit in movies, like me. Some people don't, so they're not going to like it as much. But it's there. Well, which leads to the ugly after the cut. So here we go with the ugly. We went the good, we went the bad, now we'll go with the ugly. Now, the ugly part of this film is that, well, there's just technical things. This film is very morose. Like, if you thought Nolan's take on Gotham City was dark, which it wasn't. Nolan's take on Gotham City at night was dark. Nolan actually had colors during the daytime, even to the detriment of the people who lived in Gotham City. This film is not quite as dark as Snyder's take on the DC cinematic universe. Like it's not quite that dark. Like you don't have Batman actively trying to fucking kill people. I mean, he fucks up people. It's like, if you fuck with this Batman, you will be eating out of a straw for the next 6 months. But once you get out of traction, you're going to get your life together. You're going to be like, look, I know I'm going to jail. I'm going to go get my GED. I'm going to go through a training program while I'm in jail. When I get out, I'm going to get my life together. Because this was a bad idea. I'm going to get my shit together. I'm going to get my life together. Because I shouldn't have fucked with that man in that bat costume. And that's kind of, if you were hoping, I don't know why the fuck you would think this from watching the trailers. If you were hoping for a lighter tone on Batman, you ain't getting it. This Batman, in terms of tone, falls, he's not as dark as Snyder's take on Batman, but he's darker than Nolan's take on Batman. Like, it is not cool. It is not cool. And if you can get past that, like this version of Batman, like I said, is lighter in tone than, in terms of tone, he falls between Snyder and Nolan. Pattinson, in my opinion, though, he's a very good Batman. He pulls off an angry, at the world, morose Bruce Wayne who hasn't quite worked out that his Bruce Wayne persona has to do things as Bruce Wayne in order to keep up appearances. And his Batman is only in year 2 of being Batman, so he still hasn't worked out all the shit he needs to be able to do yet. His gadgetry isn't all the way there yet. His grappling hook, not quite all the way there yet. His wingsuit, not all the way there yet. And that's kind of, that might not jibe with a lot of people. This lower tech Batman, where it's like he's between where he needs to be tech-wise. But in terms of the movie, this helps out because Matt Reeves didn't have to spend as much money on props and special effects and stuff. So with that being said, I'll get to my conclusion after the cut. So, the conclusion, where everything comes together. So overall, for those of you who don't know, I don't like giving graded ratings or, so many things out of a thing. So I'll just give it to you in words. This film is totally worth watching. It's 3+ hours long, but what you get is a very good movie. It's not action on top of action on top of action. This is a noir crime detective film. And you basically have, it's a noir crime detective film with 2 buddy cops. Except in this case, it's not 2 cops. It's Jim Gordon and Batman investigating a case together. That's what it is. And it works. If you can get past that, because this is something we haven't seen Batman do detective shit in movies for a long time. They kind of half-assed did it in the Nolan films. it didn't happen at all in the fucking Snyder films. Like literally in the Snyder films, Batman, world's greatest detective, gets fooled into trying to kill Superman by a super criminal. You know, I mean, it's this film. This film has Batman doing detective shit. We haven't, like I said, we haven't seen Batman do detective shit since Mask of the Phantasm, and that was a made-for-TV like two-parter that was supposed to end out the season because they thought they were going to get canceled. That Warner Brothers was like, oh shit, people are loving the animated series. Let's just add a little bit more money and maybe do some more animatics, and then put it on in the theaters with no marketing. Because Warner Brothers has always underestimated Batman, as we all know, or at least they've treated him like a bitch to put out there in the corner and make some money. But like beyond that, they don't really give a fuck, typically speaking. But this film is worth watching. I'm not gonna say it's the best Batman film ever, but I will say that it is one of the most faithful to the character in the original comics, where he's a detective. Batman is a detective. He goes, he investigates shit, okay? Like, he investigates shit, which you don't get, like, in most of the other Batman films, you see him as the vigilante, the crime fighter. You don't really see him as a detective. This film is a noir detective crime film, except you have Batman working with Jim Gordon. He's not Commissioner Gordon in this film. He's just he's a high up cop, but he's not he's not Commissioner yet. So overall, this film's pretty good. If you want to give it a numerical value, because I know people are going to be like, oh, 2 thumbs up, I'd give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's not perfect, pretty damn good. So that's the end of this review. The good, the bad, the ugly. This is the non-spoiler review. I did not go in depth on any story things. The spoilery review will be going up Tuesday. So you get 2 days. This is going up Sunday night, and I will not be doing the spoiler review. The spoiler review won't be going up until Tuesday. So you have 2 days to go watch the Batman or not give a fuck about spoilers. So that's the end of this. Remember, rate, comment, share, subscribe. On the channel, I upload videos not as much as I used to, sporadically, if you will, but we have 2 podcasts on this channel every Wednesday and Saturday, 7:30 p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, called BS Busters, where we basically deal with pop culture video game topics and discuss them, me and 2 panelists. If you would like to be on one of our BS Busters, just shoot me a line in the comments section, and we'll have a dialogue and you can get on board. If not, you can also reach me via Twitter at mrredfox91, or you can reach me via Discord. The link is in the description. So with that being said, that's the end of this video. Rate, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe button. Ring the bell so you get alerts for when our videos are coming out. So, peace.